The Stoics lived long and meaningful lives and were excellent at understanding human nature, including the complicated psychology of women. In today's world, understanding can still give us deep insights, especially when it comes to intimacy and attraction. If you've ever wondered what women look for in a man before they get intimate, you're about to learn some shocking facts. This video talks about 7 things women look at before they decide to get a psychic reading. Make sure you watch all the way to the end to get a full picture of the female mind. Please watch behind these choices, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment with your ideas. If you have a story, please share it. 1. Size and functionality. When it comes to intimacy, one of the first things women often check, albeit subtly, is a man's size and functionality. This may seem obvious at first, but it's important to know that this isn't about being judgmental or rude. It's based on a much deeper, often subconscious level of human psychology. Although women may find a man's body attractive, it's also about compatibility, comfort, and connection. Many times, women do subtle things to get a man's attention and see how he reacts. These things may seem natural, like a casual touch or a moment of physical closeness, but they have a deeper meaning. For example, while flirting or hugging, she might watch to see how he reacts, his excitement and his ability to engage physically in ways that feel natural and confident. This small observation helps her figure out if his physical traits and responses match her expectations or desires, which helps her decide if there is chemistry. This process often starts long before there is any sexual activity. Women might notice things like how a man walks, how confident he seems, and how he acts in situations that could be sexual. These subtle clues assist her in determining his level of comfort with physical contact and his apparent psychological awareness of her reactions. It's not just about whether a man can please her physically. It's also about whether he seems emotionally compatible with her. A man's confidence in his own body is a big part of how women see his functionality. Women often look for signs that a man is comfortable in his own skin and sure of his ability to connect physically. Confidence in this context doesn't mean bragging or being cocky. It means a man is sure of his ability to engage in intimacy without hesitating or feeling uncertain. If he exudes this kind of natural ease, it can tell a woman that he is ready for a deeper connection, both emotionally and physically. There are deep roots in psychology and biology for this way of judging size and usefulness. Stoics think that the body is an extension of our deeper nature. Stoic teachings say that Stoics would have liked this kind of analysis. We are emotionally and physically linked, and how we act in private shows more about who we are and how we're feeling. When a woman judges a man's size and functionality, she's not just judging on the surface. She's instinctively looking for balance between the physical and emotional parts of the relationship. If a woman feels that the physical and emotional parts are in balance, her attraction and desire are likely to grow. Not only is she looking for physical pleasure, she also wants to feel like the man understands her needs, can give her a satisfying experience, and is sensitive to her feelings. On the other hand, if she thinks that they aren't compatible, whether it's because they aren't confident in each other or because they don't have a favorable physical connection, this can subtly affect how much she likes the man. Sometimes she may not even be aware of it, but she may experience a vague sense of dissatisfaction or discomfort, which prevents her from wanting to deepen the relationship. The functionality of a man's body is another important part of this review. Women want to know that a guy can be intimate in a way that is both satisfying and enjoyable. Functional issues may be caused by confidence, physical limitations, or other factors. This could slow down the development of intimacy. In this case, it's not just about sexual ability. It's also about feeling like the man can give you a satisfying physical and emotional experience. Functionality encompasses more than just one aspect of physical intimacy. It includes the whole experience of how a guy interacts with his partner, from making physical contact to reading her body language. Women are very aware of these things, and they often decide whether to stay in a relationship based on how well these things match up. For example, if a man is attentive, responsive, and able to read her nonverbal cues, it can make her see him as a much better long-term partner. Evolutionary biology often shapes this subconscious assessment of size and functionality. social conditioning, and one's own events. Women don't necessarily want perfection or certain standards of beauty or performance. Instead, they want a partner who makes them feel confident, at ease, and desired. The subtle cues she picks up, like a simple touch or a moment of physical closeness, help her figure out if this man can meet her emotional and physical needs. In the past, women have evolved to look for partners who show signs of strength, vitality, and reproductive success. While relationships today are much more complicated than they were in our ancestors' time, some of these evolutionary tendencies still apply. For instance, women perceive a man's physical fitness and performance as indicators of health and vitality, which influences their subconscious decision-making. At the same time, modern women are more free to look for emotional and psychological fulfillment, along with physical compatibility. The Stoics would say that physical traits and compatibility are important, but true happiness comes from a connection that goes beyond the physical. They say that a relationship based on mutual respect, understanding, and emotional resonance will always last longer than one based on physical attraction alone. When a woman judges a man's size and usefulness, she considers more than just his physical appearance. It's a deep psychological process that includes her need for comfort, emotional connection, and compatibility. The physical aspects are important, but they're only one part of a bigger picture that determines whether a woman feels confident and fulfilled in her relationship, as the Stoics would say. True harmony in relationships comes from lining up the body and the mind, making sure that the emotional link is just as strong as the physical one. Before getting closer in a relationship, make sure you're clean. A lot of women pay close attention to what a man's home looks like. This may seem like a sensible thing to do, but it has a lot to do with psychology and attraction. A man's home shows what kind of person he is and what he stands for. Women naturally pick up on the signals a house sends, seeing it as a sign of a man's personality, way of life, and long-term promise. When a woman walks into a man's house for the first time, she doesn't just look at the furniture or decorations. She also checks out the general vibe. Is it clean and tidy? Does it feel safe and private? These are crucial factors that will determine whether she feels secure enough to advance the connection. Women like it when men keep their space clean because it shows that they care about themselves and the people in their lives. A clean, well-organized home also shows that a man is responsible. Mature and careful attention to detail are all things that women like in a long-term partner. Women also want privacy. If a woman feels like the space isn't really hers, either because of leftover signs that an ex-partner shared housing with roommates or a lack of personal boundaries, she might not want to take the relationship to the next level. For women, going on a date means entering a place that is only for them and their partner, free of any other people or problems that might come up. This feeling of privacy and ownership is essential for fostering trust and mental safety. It's impossible to overstate how important a man's home life is to his mental health. A clean living space can boost a woman's comfort and confidence, making her feel safe and at ease in private moments. Conversely, a messy or chaotic space can lead a woman to question the man's overall stability and commitment. The Stoics, who place a high value on order, would agree. Simplicity and self-discipline would say that a man's outside environment is a direct reflection of his inner state. For example, a man's messy, disorganized home might make a woman think that he has similar tendencies in his personal or emotional life, which could make her question whether the relationship will last. A man's home also reveals aspects of his beliefs and lifestyle. A woman might pay attention to little things like the books on the shelves, the art on the walls, or how clean the kitchen is show what's important to him. By looking at his hobbies, interests, and routines, she can figure out if they share similar values and interests. For example, if she sees that he values fitness, personal growth, or creativity, it may fit her idea of a beneficial partner. On the other hand, if he doesn't seem to care about these things, it could be a sign that he doesn't care about her or that his interests aren't very deep. A man's home setting shows more than just how clean and elegant it looks. His ability to make it a safe and caring place for women is also shown. Look for parts. Having partners who can make you feel safe emotionally and a home that is warm, welcoming, and quiet can make you feel even safer. Little things, like comfort, furniture that uses ambient lights or makes plans can show that a man cares about his partner's comfort and wants. These small signs help build emotional closeness and trust, which makes it more likely for a woman to open up and feel at ease in the relationship. On the other hand, the Stoics warned people not to put too much value on material things. They believed that things outside of people should not be important. Define someone's worth or happiness, and a neat and clean home is a beneficial thing to have. The man's character and ability to connect on a deeper level are more important than a beautiful home. Women who are too focused on how someone looks may miss out on the more important qualities that will make them satisfied in the long run. Ultimately, the condition of a man's home is a key factor in how women judge his potential for deeper intimacy. While cleanliness, privacy, and atmosphere are important, they are not ends in themselves. Women want to know that a man can create a supportive, emotionally safe environment that reflects his values and personality. When these elements are in balance, it can greatly increase a woman's attraction and willingness to go deeper in the relationship. 3 parts. A man's kissing skills and physical compatibility are crucial factors. Another important thing that women often look at before getting close is how well a man kisses. This may seem like a small or even unimportant detail, but for many women, it's a big part of how they decide if they are physically compatible. A kiss is more than just touching. It serves as a means of expressing your emotions and can reveal a wealth of possibilities. Closeness. A powerful kiss can build a strong bond, spark desire, and pave the way for a deeper connection. On the other hand, a disastrous kiss can end the relationship. Kissing is one of the most intimate ways two physically connected people can communicate without words. Women often initiate kissing to see how the man responds. Does he take his time? Is he paying attention to how she reacts? Is there a natural rhythm and flow to the exchange? Or does it feel forced and awkward? All of these cues help her figure out if there is real chemistry and mutual understanding between them. Being aware of your partner's body language, responding to small cues, and building a sense of closeness that goes beyond the physical act are all important parts of a successful kiss. When a man kisses well, it shows that he can pay attention, change, and meet his partner's needs, all of which are traits that women want in a closer relationship. If a man is too aggressive, not paying attention, or unsuccessful at kissing, on the other hand, it could mean that he doesn't have the emotional intelligence or empathy needed for more private interactions. Kissing is a way to connect physically and emotionally. Women often judge a man by how well he kisses to see if he can make them feel close, and they think that a kiss can show if he's focused on their pleasure or just his own. Women are more aware of these subtleties because they value mental and physical intimacy more. Those who emphasize the importance of connection and mutual respect in relationships would argue that physical actions such as kissing should stem from a profound understanding of the other person's feelings and desires. How well a man can kiss is also a sign of how skilled he might be at foreplay, which is important for many women because it builds desire and arousal. How well a person participates in the early stages of physical connection has a big effect on how they feel emotionally and mentally about their partner. A kiss can either make these feelings stronger or weaker, making it an important part of the whole experience. Also, keep in mind that kissing is often a way for women to see if they are physically compatible with a man. A man who kisses well shows that he is patient and values the process of connecting with you, which are all important traits for a successful relationship. On the other hand, a man who lacks finesse or rushes through the ACT may show that he is more interested in the outcome than the experience itself. People who were stoic and believed in living a positive life and making deep connections with others would tell us that kissing is more than just a physical act. It's a way to show your partner love, care, and respect. A deep kiss can make the mental connection between two people stronger. This can lead women towards a deeper connection that extends beyond mere physical attraction. Kissing is a wonderful way to see if a man can make a personal experience that is both satisfying and balanced. A skilled kisser is more likely to understand what his partner needs emotionally. while a malicious kisser might not be aware of what it takes to build a stronger connection. Because of this, women use kissing as a key way to judge a man's potential. Friends. Part 4. Strength and Energy. In addition to kissing to see if they are physically compatible, many women also check a man's strength and energy before getting closer. This may seem like an old or simple way to judge attraction, but it has roots in both evolutionary biology and psychological need. Women have long valued traits such as vitality, health, and the ability to protect and provide security in potential partners, often linked to strength and endurance. Stamina and strength are more than just looks. Women want to feel that a man can keep a physical connection over time, not just in a romantic relationship, but in everyday life as well. A man's strength can show that he can handle the challenges of life, whether that means lifting heavy things, being active and adventurous, or just keeping his energy up all day. Women often test these traits in fun ways, like by asking a man to lift them or participating in a challenge that tests his endurance. This test isn't just about physical strength. It also shows how strong a woman wants her partner to be emotionally and mentally. Men who are strong and have a lot of stamina often seem confident, resilient, and able to handle stressful situations. These are all traits that women find attractive in both short-term and long-term relationships. Women want partners who can not only make them feel comfortable physically, but also give them a sense of security and trust. Stoics, advocates of inner strength and endurance, assert that physical stamina reflects mental and emotional toughness. Men who take care of their bodies and stay healthy are more likely to be disciplined, focused, and able to deal with problems in life. This kind of power isn't just about lifting weights or running marathons. It's about being able to handle challenging times, maintain composure in stressful situations, and seek assistance when necessary. Women may also test a man's stamina during intimacy, looking for signs that he can stay alert and focused for long amounts of time. This doesn't mean that women expect their partners to be superhuman. Instead, they want to feel like the man is interested, attentive, and able to keep up a physical and mental connection with them throughout their time together. These tasks require stamina, so a man who lacks it may be lazy or uncommitted. They bring to the relationship, all of which can turn women off. Evaluating a man's strength and energy isn't just about how fit he is. It also shows how much she wants a relationship. When a guy wants a partner who is strong emotionally and capable, when you exhibit these traits, it increases her liking for you and boosts her confidence. Conversely, if a man lacks strength or durability, it could potentially raise doubts. He is confident in his ability to provide her with the necessary physical and emotional support. Chapter 5. Play skills. And for many women, foreplay is more than just a way to get ready for love. It's an emotional high point. Foreplay skills are an important part of the whole process that women look at before getting close because they tell them a lot about how a guy acts around them. Good foreplay demonstrates a man's commitment to both the physical and mental aspects of a relationship. He was careful, gentle, and deeply aware of what his partner needed, which built trust and mutual respect. Women frequently view foreplay as a method to emotionally bond before engaging in physical activity. Not just hugging or touching, it's about how well a man understands and gives his partner what they want. Pay attention to her cues and build up the tension before foreplay. Any form of touch, from gentle kisses to in-depth conversations, requires a higher level of emotional intelligence than a man skilled at foreplay demonstrates his willingness to engage in basic physical contact. He took the time to understand what his partner wanted and ensured they both had a good time. For women, success is essential because it shows that the man cares about more than just himself. She genuinely cares about her happiness as well. This kind of care builds trust and strengthens the bond between them, making it more likely that the woman will feel at ease and sure of herself. In the Stoics, who stress the importance of mental balance and mutual respect in relationships, would say that foreplay is unnecessary. Is a chance to show these virtues by focusing on his partners. She needs a man who can learn to be patient, caring, and in control of himself. They are crucial for a happy and healthy relationship because play is more than just physical activity. Stimulation. It's about making a connection that lasts longer and makes the friendship stronger. Women are generally very aware of how guys handle pre-play because it shows a lot about how he deals with closeness in general. He rushes through. People who don't engage in foreplay or show interest in their partner's pleasure may be perceived as selfish or inattentive, which can be detrimental. A man who takes his time and pays attention to her is a big red flag, on the other hand. Making people anticipate something will help them see you as a thoughtful and loving partner. Good foreplay not only builds sexual intimacy, it also helps to make the other person feel safe. When women believe their partners, they want to know that they care about their health and happiness. When a guy emotionally foreplays with his partner, he shows that he cares about their experience and wants to make it better. A meaningful and satisfying bond. This level of emotional investment is crucial. It shows women that the man isn't just looking for a one-time date, but wants to build a deeper relationship, more stable relationships in the long run. Foreplay skills are a key part of how women rate their partners. A man who is proficient at this is more likely to make a successful relationship. They had an emotionally satisfying experience that strengthened their bond and made it more likely that they would have long-term relationship by paying attention to what his partner wants and making an. When there is trust and excitement, a man can show that he can build a friendship that goes beyond. Chapter 6 of Physical Attraction discusses money problems. Despite the lack of a direct correlation between a man's finances and sexual intimacy, stability is still important, something that a lot of women think about before moving on with a guy. It's not how much money a man has that makes him financially stable, it's how responsible, safe, and focused on the future he is. Women frequently interpret a man's financial situation as a reflection of his character. His general stability, maturity, and ability to make plans for the future, including ensuring people's emotional safety, are commendable. Common goals or a possible family, the psychological link between both evolutionary biology and modern society have deep roots in stability and the attraction of money. Dynamics. Throughout history, women have sought partners who can ensure their safety, not only in terms of finances, but also in the sense of being able to build a strong, stable life together. However, this doesn't mean that women want rich guys. Instead, they want to ensure that their partner is financially stable. In today's world, he must manage his finances prudently to sustain himself and potentially even a family. Personal responsibility and financial responsibility go hand in hand. Women may notice minors. Telltale signs of how a man handles his money include whether he thinks about what he spends, can see his long-term financial goals. How does he handle his bills or financial obligations? These findings assist women in determining whether a man can make wise decisions by planning ahead, future, and staying stable over the long-term. Financial risk-taking or a lack of foresight can be a sign that the man might have trouble with commitment, discipline, or duty. In other areas of life, too. A man's ability to make a safe and a caring place for a woman who is thinking about a long-term relationship, or even a woman who wants to start a family, needs to be sure that her partner can handle life's challenges. The Stoics stressed the importance of self-control and being able to live a life without any needless stresses. And wants a man who shows he is financially stable in this situation is not. Not only does he wisely use his resources, but he also shows that he is in charge of his wants and urges. Women often perceive highly attractive women as capable of determining a man's wealth, his way of life by asking him about his plans or observing how he deals with. When it comes to managing his finances, it's not about how much he spends or how cheaply he lives. Women prefer men who consider whether their decisions will lead to long-term success and security. A healthy connection with money is one that is neither overly focused on material things nor completely disinterested in them. The approach to money demonstrates growth, self-awareness, and the ability to handle life's challenges. Complexities, and a man's spending habits often show how he feels emotionally and personality. A man who is careless with his money may also be careless with other things. A man who plans and thinks about his financial future is more likely to have relationships. Treat his relationships with the same amount of care and attention as his other relationships. Women often view the stability of a man's finances can judge his ability to commit, plan, and spend. But it's important to know that financial security it's not just about how much money a man can make, but also about his mental intelligence and his ability to deal with stress, and how he solves problems. As a man who handles financial managing problems with grace and creativity demonstrates resilience, a quality that appeals to women. When it comes to partners and possible fathers, women want to know that their partner will be there for them when things go wrong. The Stoics would tell us that a decent person can handle tough situations without losing his balance or control. True wealth is not in things you own, but in being good and wise. Financial security is, however important, it shouldn't interfere with the real things that make a relationship work. If a man is too focused on money or fame, he might forget about the spiritual and emotional parts of life, which are necessary for long-term happiness. For women who put people who are financially stable often look for a partner who is both responsible and safe, but also grounded. When it comes to values that transcend material success, a man's financial success plays a significant role. Situation plays a significant role in how women choose their partners. It's not about money, but rather about it takes responsibility, foresight, and skill to create a safe and stable environment. Future women want to know that their partner can handle the realistic parts of life while also being socially and relationally reliable. Combining emotional intelligence with financial stability ensures financial stability. Being older can make a woman feel a lot more confident in a relationship, which makes her more likely to look for something deeper. Intimacy. Chapter 7. Growing up emotionally and talking to others. One of the most important things women look at in a guy before getting close to him is how emotionally mature he is. Communication skills. Attractive looks often bring people together initially, but for many women, it's the emotional bond and clear communication that keep a relationship going. If you want to be with someone for a long time, you must find someone who is emotionally mature. Commitment. A guy who is emotionally mature shows that he can deal with the difficulties of relationships, controlling his feelings and being a partner who is helpful and understanding. Emotional maturity is more than just not acting like a child or having dramatic outbursts. It's also about how a guy deals with his feelings. He talks about his thoughts, how he handles problems, and how he feels with his partner. Women are especially interested in how guys deal with stress or disagreements because it shows a lot about their emotional strength and growth. A man who stays calm under pressure, can talk things out, and is ready to hear what his partner has to say is very appealing to women who want stability and depth in a relationship. When it came to relationships, the Stoics put a lot of weight on emotional control, seeing it as a key part of being good. Wisdom. They thought that people shouldn't let their feelings control them but should instead work on being balanced. Dealing with life's problems in relationships and emotions requires thoughtfulness. Being mature means being able to notice and control your feelings without letting them take over. Women are more likely to accept a guy who manages his emotions with grace and self-awareness. Trust and emotional safety are two things that are essential for intimate conversation. An important thing that women look at when judging a man's communication skills is communication, and nonverbal cues can significantly influence the success of a relationship. Women often look for partners who can talk about their feelings, share their thoughts, and be honest about what they want. Concerns aside, effective communication fosters trust and aids in resolving conflicts. Strengthening emotional connections is crucial for a successful relationship. Often, women will examine a man's communication abilities in everyday settings before considering him for a role. How does he handle mistakes, and is he prepared to engage in conversation? Does he express his feelings honestly, inquire about hers, and truly listen to her? All of these responses demonstrate the man's ability to establish a relationship based on respect. Understanding women like men who aren't afraid to be weak and are ready to deal with tough situations is key. When it comes to how a man deals with his emotions, emotional maturity is also important. As a woman, you want to know that your partner is interested in more than just sexual touch. The psychological and emotional parts of the interaction. A man who is emotionally mature individuals will exercise caution when engaging in intimacy, understanding that it involves more than just fulfilling physical needs. This amount of awareness makes partners more emotionally connected to each other. Trust and a sense of safety, which makes it more likely that the woman will feel at ease and sure of herself. In the one way women figure out how emotionally mature a man is by watching how he acts around other people, how he deals with losses or disagreements. A man who can stay calm and talk about problems, think logically, and seek solutions instead of blaming someone who is angry. On the other hand, a man who becomes defensive tends to avoid talking to others. Being emotional or acting without thinking can be perceived as immature, which can pose a significant issue. Turn-off women seek assurance that their partner can manage both the positive and negative aspects of a partnership. Stoics think that true strength comes from within, and that emotional instability is a sign of weakness. One of the most important parts of that strength is maturity. A mentally mature man. He not only controls his own emotions, but he also has the ability to understand and assist others. Considering your partner's feelings creates a healthy relationship where both parties benefit. It's often more important for partners to feel valued and understood. It is more important than physical beauty because it sets the stage for long-term happiness. In conclusion, mental maturity and communication skills are important for finding happiness. Before getting close to a guy, women look for some important qualities in him. It is more likely to build a connection based on trust, respect, and emotional closeness. Women want partners who can handle the challenges of life with grace, talk freely, and build a strong relationship. When these traits are present, there is an emotional link that goes beyond physical attraction. If you're present, the relationship is more likely to do well, building a base for long-lasting love and closeness, as we've seen. Explored women often look at a man's size and other things before choosing to get closer to him. These 7 factors, from their ability to perform tasks to their mental maturity and communication skills, are beneficial. Check to see how compatible, safe, and confident you feel in the relationship. Even though physical attraction is important, what really counts goes beyond the surface. They want a partner who will give them security and an emotional connection. Stoics would concur that true happiness in relationships does not stem from shared ideals and values. Regardless of your outward appearance, it's crucial to establish a deeper connection with people. It's important to understand that these are just general patterns. Everyone is different, and what speaks to one person might not speak to another, so these insights can have a strong base. Remember that real relationships are complicated, and if you liked this movie and found it helpful, please like, subscribe, and share it. Share your own stories or thoughts in the section below. We'd love to hear how these ideas connect with your own. Tell us about your connections or what you've learned from them. Thanks for watching. Until next time.